Hello everyone, so before getting into the pain and suffering that I know this video is going to be for me, I thought I'd give a little backstory on my past with MX Simulator with some old footage in the background so you know that I'm not talking out of my arse. Some of you newer sim players, I'm talking within the last 2 years or so, may have no clue who I am. I spent a good 5 or so years of my life playing sim when I was younger, and it was almost routine every day. If I had to work it out, I'd say I probably invested over 3 or 4,000 hours easily in that 5 year span. I was a two-time back-to-back, sound like Dr. Disrespect there, back-to-back European Pro Supercross champion, and I came second in the NA Pro Supercross Championship twice, choke artist, and I can count on one hand the amount of times I've played sim in the last 2 years, and it was no longer than maybe 20 minutes at a time, because all 4,000 of those hours that I'd invested into the game in those 5 years, any skill or any muscle memory that I once possessed has just gone out the window. It doesn't exist anymore. It's pretty crazy how quickly you can lose your skill when you focus on other games, and that loss of skill is a very large reason as to why I don't play anymore. As I'm quite a competitive person, it can be pretty frustrating knowing how good you used to be, but then not being able to replicate that anymore. Nowadays my main motocross game is MX Bikes. I've been enjoying that a lot, and you'll see in the upcoming video, well this video actually, how many times I press the wrong buttons because my MX Bikes muscle memory just kicks in, and it's literally the polar opposite to sim, and it almost always results in a crash. So that was a little bit of a background on me, who I am, and I wanted to put all that into perspective for when you see what my level of the game is like now. It's pretty atrocious. I thought I'd get all of my excuses out of the way early, so you've seen what I was capable of a long time ago. So now you get the pleasure of watching me double my way around a supercross track and tiptoe around every corner, trying not to fall over. And just overall, why I don't tend to play sim anymore. A lot of my subs have been asking for this, asking me to play sim, so I thought it'd be a good laugh, and who knows, maybe one day I'll put the time in to get back to where I was years ago. I hope you enjoy. What's up guys, welcome back to another video. So, it's been a long time coming, but enough people have asked for me to play MX Simulator in the comments. Some of you know that I used to literally play this game every single day, years and years ago. However, I stopped playing for a good 2 years or so, and I cannot play this game anymore. It's actually tragic. You'll see I've put a little intro in there of examples of what I used to be like back in the good old days, and yeah, you'll soon find that it's a bit better than what I am now, and that was the main reason why I was kind of putting off making this video, is because I get pretty frustrated knowing on how good I used to be compared to what I am now. It's pretty mad how quickly your muscle memory can just completely go out the window when you haven't played a game for so long, and I'll find myself trying to go around corners or taking off jumps as if I was playing MX Bikes still, and this game is literally the polar opposite. I've played a quick 10 minutes before I press the record button, purely because I'm sure you want to see actually some footage of me riding around, not just laying on the floor continuously. And that was another thing that I forgot about in this game. The first few times I crashed, I was trying to press the reset button like I was playing bikes, and it's just like, no, sorry, you have to sit here and wait 8 seconds whilst you get up off the ground. I thought this track that I'm playing currently is 2018 Anaheim 1, which was like my last glory year, so to speak. And I'm pretty sure in the intro I'll have footage of me riding around on this track, so you can compare what that was like then to now. And if anything, this just serves as a warning as to why you shouldn't stop playing games if you want to be good at them. I've just slowly learned over the last 10 minutes or so how to take off jumps without going over the bars instantly again, and I'm just really like tiptoeing around the entire track, like not flowing like I used to. Luckily, so I reinstalled the game because I even had it uninstalled on my computer completely and had deleted everything, what I thought was everything. However, luckily I've still got my setup, so the setup that I was running 2 years ago I'm still using, so I'm hoping some muscle memory will kick in again after a while. I'm not crossing my fingers for it, but yeah, I've got my setup. The only issue is I just have to run the stock JLV skins, even though I do love the stock Husky. Something about it, I used to feel faster on the stock bikes back in the day than a bike with a skin on, which makes no sense because they're exactly the same bike. And yeah, some of you returning viewers might usually watch my Bikes content might be like, well, why are you playing in third person? I always used to play sim in third person. I could never get my head around playing this game in first. It would actually make me feel ill after a while. It's just something about the camera settings. You know, I play Bikes in first person now, and it's hard to explain, but yeah, I much prefer. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god! I'm alive. I'm like, no, I'm not. Shit. So that's one example of using my MX Bikes muscle memory. So in Bikes, 99% of the time, if I'm taking off a jump and seat bouncing, I'm leaning forwards 99% of the air, because it's better to land really front wheel higher. But you're just going to go over the bars if you do that on this game. So you got to give it like a little hump on the take off the jump to keep the front wheel up. And another reason why I'm probably struggling a fair amount is the last time I properly played this game, I was on an Xbox controller. That one Xbox controller lasted me the entirety of the 5 years that I was playing this game. I don't know how. I mean, I never was a huge rager when I was playing, never threw controllers or anything like that. But yeah, after 5 years of being used and abused and having hours, like hundreds of hours, thousands of hours put into it, it eventually gave out. So that was also a big reason why I stopped playing. There's weird stuff in the files in this game to do with dead zones and things like that, and even if I bought exactly the same type of controller, I could never ever get it to feel the same. Which is probably a big reason why I'm feeling a bit whisky now as well, is because the turning just feels a bit off for me always. Like, that Xbox controller I used to use was slightly broken when I started playing the game. Like, the analog stick would always slightly turn to the left, for example. It would never be dead center. So I learnt the game on a broken controller. So then when I use a controller that actually works, it feels weird and it feels broken to me. But yeah, I like making a lot of excuses. It makes me feel a bit better about not being able to do too much anymore. There might be some of you guys here that are very new to Sim as well that might think that even just me doubling my way around this track's impressive, but as a quite a competitive person, it's disappointing from my end of things to... Oh god, there we go. There's Sim in a nutshell. Can I clip that and just turn it into a Cade Mavely video? I get wild in MX Simulator. But no, I've been putting off making this video because I almost don't want to admit to myself how downhill I've gone. But as I say, there's been a fair amount of people asking me to play Sim, and I thought it might be nice as a one-off just to have a rip around again and try and reminisce in the good old days. I mean, the crowd that I used to play Sim with back in the day, they don't play Sim anymore. Used to play with, for any of the OGs, I used to be on the Team Architect with all of the Great British guys. And yeah, they're off doing their own things in life nowadays. One or two of them plays MX Bikes now, but other than that, yeah, they're all off doing their own things. So haven't really got the not the crowd, but haven't really got the incentive to play it really, because this game is where I met all of these guys, and some people that I've met in real life just stemmed from Sim as well. So I do have a lot of things to thank for it. It was definitely a big part of my childhood. I'm trying to think of how old I would have been. So I'm 25 now. It's been about 2 years since I played it properly, so that'll be 23, and then 5 years I spent actually playing it. So I would have been at 18 when I started playing this, so 18 through to about 22, 23 of just grinding this game out, which is pretty nuts when you think about it. Like, I definitely didn't have a life, but if you want to be good in this game, those are the sorts of hours that you need to put in, unless you're just insanely gifted and talented. I thought I'd set the race longer than that. Yeah, a few of the reasons why I left. So there was a few reasons as to why I stopped playing this game. Really, it hadn't really changed in the 5 years that I was playing it. The only difference was obviously the community making skins and tracks, but after a while that kind of gets a bit repetitive. It got to a point where you couldn't do anything on this game without having to pay for it, so you have to start paying for races, paying for skins, which is understandable. You know, if people put a lot of time in something, it's fine if they want to charge for it. I feel like lots of things should be more of a labour of love, but as someone that I only made like 2 tracks and I could never skin or anything like that, I don't have too much of a foot stand on when it comes to that sort of thing. Some other reasons was, as I said, my controller completely broke. The last year of when I was playing this game was when the whole erode system came into the game, and I really did not enjoy the erode in this game at all. It made it pretty pretty boring for me, especially when it came to races. It'd be like racing on a Scalextric track, just everyone filtering into one line constantly. It really stops you being able to race properly. And yeah, other than that, it was just like kind of falling out of love with the game. There's only so long you can spend on something before you get bored of it, and I think 5 years is is plenty on one video game. And yeah, so I've started playing MX Bikes for the last, I want to say like 8 months or so. 8 months sound about right. And I've already buried over 600 hours into that game as well, so not as mental or crazy as the sim hours was, but still a fair amount. And if I hadn't started playing that game, I wouldn't have this little community that I've got now, because I don't think I'd be making content if it was just sim related. Yeah, overall, I don't mind too much. I mean, I'm actually riding better than I thought I'd be right now in the background. I think because I'm not thinking about it and I'm just talking, it's going a little bit better. But I mean, I used to be able to triple and then quad out of that corner into this corner, triple out of this one straight away. Yeah, maybe one day. It might even be a good little good idea for a stream or a mini series maybe of trying to improve at bikes. I've seen that Jin, well, if you're in the MX Bikes community, you know who Jin is. Jin started doing a lot of sim streams recently, trying to get better at the game. So it could be an idea. I don't know where I'd stand if I wanted to go racing on this game again, because obviously because of my past you'd think I'd only be allowed to do pro, but I mean, you can see how I'm racing right now. This isn't pro level at all. So yeah, I don't know where I'd stand on that, to be honest. But I'm actually quite pleased so far. This how I'm riding right now is 10 times better than how I was riding in like those odd 20-minute sessions that I've done over the last 2 years or so, as I'm about to go over the bars. Swipe. Oh god, jeez. No, back on the track. There we go. Okay. So, I'm surprised actually, 'cause I thought this video would be a lot more boring, purely on the basis of I'd been laying on the ground for 8 seconds at a time, every couple of seconds. But I'm pretty pleased with how this is going so far. It's quite shocking. I'm starting to feel like some little bits of flow out of the corners. Like, can I try and triple in here? Oh, get it! Oh, that was so close. No, I'm sorry. I've got to spin around and try that again. Oh god, I don't want to get the sim bug. I'm enjoying my bikes. Watch me start just playing sim now and then losing all of my bikes abilities. Oh come on, I could do this on a 250 back in the day. Oh, this is atrocious. And look, I'm trying to press my share button on my controller to reset, but it just doesn't work on sim. You got to sit here and take the punishment you've been given by JLV for crashing. Yeah, I don't know. I was going to say I was really putting off playing this game again because it was going to be really painful for me to do, but this hasn't been too terrible, I suppose. And hopefully some of the older sim guys might be able to see this. Oh, what's going on there? My brake got stuck on. Yeah, hopefully the older sim guys will see this and maybe relate to the pain of losing your skill in this game. And yeah, if you are newer in the sim community, this is an example of you only get good in this game by putting hours and hours and hours into it. So don't get too disheartened if you're fairly new and you're not running pro level lap times. It takes a lot of time, takes a lot of patience, and you'll get there eventually if you want to enough. And one thing I would advise is, I don't want to fucking like shoo people away from sim. Give MX Bikes a try as well. Don't just play the stock game. Download the like the extra model packs so you get the real life bikes. And it's kind of a middle ground between like the MXGP / Monster Energy Supercross games and sim. It's like part simulator, part arcadey. It's a much more casual experience. So if you haven't given that a go, I encourage you to do so. But just for a nice, well, I was about to say a nice short video. It's been running on for like 12 minutes so far. And I don't know how long the intro would have been. Yeah, just for a nice little 12 minutes of playing sim, I'm fairly happy on how this has turned out. Obviously nowhere near what it used to be, but you can only expect so much when you take so much time off. So hopefully those of you who do know who I am can feel my pain, and those of you who don't, I hope you enjoy the video. And yeah, please drop a like and subscribe if you're not subscribed to the channel. If you're in the sim community and you're seeing this, like 90% of my content so far is MX Bikes, but I suppose if this is well enough received, I might, that's a big might, start doing a bit more sim stuff, and see if I can get some old people back together and do some joint races, and just see how it goes really. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. subscribe if you haven't done so already. We've just hit 3.5k, and the next goal is 4k. So yeah, it's going really, really well. We've got a really nice community going on here. Everyone seems really friendly and helps each other out in the comments and on the streams. So yeah, hope you stick around. Hope to see some new faces in the comments. And I'm going to leave it on that crash. So I hope you have a lovely morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. And until I see you next time, peace.
Got bad shit all up in my mind right now. Fuck it, give me a minute and I'ma let it all out. I don't give a shit about an opinion, be another dimension when I wake up, wake up, wake up. Bitch, it's time to fill the cup. Got no fucking love, I feel so stuck on my luck. Get fucked.